Is it a good idea to use your retirement money as a down payment on your home purchase? We're going to talk about it in this video. But first, let's do some house cleaning. Wednesdays, that's live stream, 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Join me. We're going to do a little Q&A. Hope you guys can jump in on that. That'd be great. Just a little chat, little kind of get to meet the community. The channel's grown quite a bit. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel or you just found this video, do me a favor and subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. That'd be nice. Hopefully we can get it on this video. So if we do, I'll little shout out to you guys on the next video. We've got some weather coming in Nashville, so it was mid 40 day, and I thought let's do a video before that gets in here. It's Thursday. Tomorrow is when it's supposed to come in. It was a bunch of snow. Now it's some snow, a lot of ice, so they don't know where it's gonna fall. The line is snow and freezing rain and sleet and all that, but we're prepared either way, and you should be too if you're in and around the southeast, the southern plains, because we're about to get drilled. And the northeast, by the way. Let me know in the comments where you're from and how much snow or ice, sleet that you're expecting in your area. So let's get started. Should you use your retirement money for a down payment on your home? I'm going to tell you absolutely not. I don't understand where this is coming from. They're proposing this stuff in Trump and all of them. That's a horrible idea. And I guess the reason why they're saying it is because they don't need to do it, because they're worth millions, billions, hundreds of millions, billions. Yeah, okay, it sounds nice, right? It sounds cool, but let's just get into why it's a horrible idea. Look, here's the bottom line. If you've got to pull into your hard-earned retirement money that you've been socking away in there, if you need to get into that to get a down payment on a house because of the affordability crisis, I got news for you. You don't need to be buying a home. You need to rent. And just let me say, renting, I'm doing you a favor, because renting is a whole lot better than owning a home, especially now, and especially for you Gen Zs or you first-time millennial home buyers. Don't go and take your retirement money and use it as down payment. And here's the deal. You probably don't have that much in there to matter much. So why would you go and rate it to use that as a down payment on a home? It's just not the right time to be doing it. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons right here of why this is a horrible idea. It's just a bad financial move long term. I mean, there's just nothing good about it. When you do this, you permanently break the power of compounding, because your home isn't going to do that. If you go and buy a home and get into a mortgage and taxes and insurance and maintenance and repairs and this broke and that broke, owning a home is a liability, folks. It's not an asset. No matter what anyone tells you, we've been trained for so long, home's the best asset you'll ever own and all this. It's horse crap. It's not, and it never will be. Especially your primary residence. And by the way, if you're going out there and buying homes and one of these you're renting and that's your investment strategy, the math don't work on that anymore either. I mean, cap rates are horrible. So my best advice to folks would be to rent. So let's get into number 1. You permanently break the power of compounding. Money pulled from retirement doesn't just pause the growth, it loses decades of exponential returns. So here's an example. Say you withdraw $50,000 in your 30s that you've socked away in your 401k in your retirement. That could easily cost you $300,000 to $500,000 by the time you retire. A house appreciates linearly. Retirement assets compound. So I don't know why you would want to take the compounding effect of money and throw it at a house that is very illiquid. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And we'll get into number 2 right here. You lock in taxes, penalties, or hidden opportunity costs. Traditional IRAs, 401ks, the income taxes plus potential 10% penalty. So yeah, you're not only are you going to pay the taxes on the money you pull, but you're paying a 10% penalty. I mean, how is that good? That's horrible. Horrible. You were better off just not putting the money into retirement in a 401k or an IRA, just saving the money for a down payment. If you wanted to use it, have a down payment to buy a home, which you pretty much need to have, preferably 20% or more, so you don't have to pay PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. If you have a Roth IRA, you're losing the tax-free growth of having the money in the Roth. If you take a 401k loan, the repayments are after-tax dollars. That's terrible. Why do you want to do that? Even if you had penalty-free options, there's still real costs that people just ignore. I don't understand why nobody's thinking of like, okay, it's easy to say, well, yeah, let's just use a 401k and IRA and let's go use this down payment on a house. Well, that took what? Less than 5 seconds to say? But now let's look at the details and put it into action. It's horrible. There's nothing good about it. Number 3. You turn a diversified asset into a single illiquid bet. And that's what happens when you buy own a home. Retirement accounts, you can diversify. And you're liquid. So you can put it into sectors. You can put it in healthcare. You can put it into real estate ETFs. You can put it into tech ETFs. You can put it into S&P 500. You can put it into the, you name it. You dream it up. There's a ETF or a fund out there for you. Or just put it into stocks. And if you'd have done that, any of these investments, your money would grow way more than it would putting it over time than it would be buying a home with it. Also, with a house, you have one asset, you have one location, it's in one spot, and it's highly illiquid. Real estate is like the most illiquid thing there is out there as far as assets. And it's expensive and time consuming to sell. I mean, I went through it. Selling a home is just, I'd rather have a mouthful of root canals than sell a home and move, by the way. And I've done that twice in the past year and a half. And it sucked, for lack of better words. And if the housing market stalls or drops, you've concentrated your risk in loss, and you've lost any sort of option to do anything other than that. So how is that any good? I mean, simply put, it's not. Number 4, you create payment pressure during life's most fragile years. When you're young and you have home ownership, things change. All sorts of stuff changes. You have job changes. You could have to relocate, transfer to some other area, especially if you work for somebody else. They dictate. You work for the other guy. They're the boss. They say go, you go. They say jump, you say how high. That's just the way it goes. Or you're not there anymore. You're looking for another job. You got kids, having new kids getting older. All sorts of things with that. Career volatility happens if you lose your job. You got to go get another one. And then there's health events that could come up. And so depleting your retirement removes your financial shock absorber right when you need it the most. These are some great reasons to not use your retirement use it for a down payment. It's just not the smart way. Number 5, you rob your future self to solve a present day problem. Using retirement funds feels responsible, right? You're borrowing from the only asset class that cannot be replaced later, which is your time. You can save for a house again. You can't redo compounding years. And so the bottom line is this. You've got to have a little bit of delayed gratification. And I did a video on delayed gratification. It's been a month, at least a couple months ago. And you can check that. I'll put it up here in the video. Go check that out. Look, the people who exercise delayed gratification, what does that mean? That means giving up today for the better of tomorrow, for yourself and your family. You're willing to go without, you're willing to do without when you're young in order to have the ultimate later on in life. If you can't buy the house without rating retirement, the house is probably too expensive, or the timing is wrong. And we talked about that earlier. And I've done the math. And everybody said, well, it depends on where you are, it depends on this, depends on that, but what if this, but what if that, what happens if this happens? And you can what if it to death. But here's the bottom line. When you're young and you can take more risk, okay? a lot more risk. You're better off renting an apartment or renting a small home, and you don't have to deal with the headaches. Let the landlord, let the owner deal with the headaches. They want to be an owner, then they're going to deal with the headaches. Take the money that you would be saving on interest, on insurance, on property taxes, on a new AC unit, on a new roof, on a new this that broke. Oh gosh, look what happened. Oh, something went through my window. I got a $1,500 window I got to replace. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Believe me, I've owned a house for a long time until here recently, and it's just never ending. It's just cost after cost after cost. And as humans, we conveniently justify just about anything we put our minds to, right? That's the other thing, convenient justification. Delayed gratification, convenient justification. We will justify anything in our minds to make us feel good. But the bottom line is that anyone that tells you that, oh, you got to go on and go pull the money out of retirement, that's horrible advice. I wouldn't tell that to anyone, because here's the deal. Just imagine you rolled the clock back a few years and you took as much money as you could stand and put it into your retirement account, or forget the retirement account. You just invested it into the S&P 500 or the Mag 7 or any of the NASDAQ 100, any of those, heck, Bitcoin for that matter, or at this point, gold or silver. That's, that money has grown unbelievably high. I mean, it's just, for most, unless you were just living on Mars with your investments. So, yeah, you're better off renting, socking that away, and getting as much money over time, delayed gratification, building up a nest egg so then you can come in later and really make a move. Let the market settle down. That's what I'm doing. I'm renting a house right now. Why? Because I've been in real estate for a long time. I know how this game is played. And I'm using this time that I have right now to get my ducks in a row and get ready to pull the trigger, because the stats are out. The housing sales right now are the lowest they've ever been in history, and by a lot, not a little. So what does that mean? Price goes down. So I'm over here licking my chops. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to pull the trigger, because the more this goes, I lived through 08, 09, and I've seen it. I know what it's like. I mean, there are people literally, almost literally on the side of the street, saying, hey, give me a tourniquet, save me, I'm bleeding, help me, I can't afford this anymore, I'm over levered, help me get out. And guess what? Banks start taking stuff back. They'll dump. They don't care. Just give me somebody who will pay cash and get me out of this thing. And that's where I come into play. So it's not fun. It's a lot of jockeying around. It's being in a place that's, a rental. I get it. Owning something that's your own, gives you a little sense of warm and fuzzy inside. I understand that. But at the same time, you got to play your cards right. So using your retirement money to go put a down payment on a house is not a good idea. You're just save the money. Work another job. Find a way to better your income. Find another income stream. Multiple income streams to find the down payment. Even if you don't quite get to 20%, just do what you can if you're going to own a home. Otherwise, just rent. Just rent it and find the best deal you can find on rent that's the best situation for you, and go with that. So that's the video for the day, guys. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm right on the edge. You just get a few of y'all with a little momentum, I can get there to that number. And as a reminder, Wednesdays, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern, live stream. Jump on in the live stream. Let's just get to know each other. Little Q&A, little community. I see a lot of the same faces commenting on my videos. So let's all just kind of get together and get to know each other and talk shop a little bit. So what do? I give you the unfiltered truth about tech, money, and life. That's what we're going to talk about. So have a good one. Gen X guy out. See ya. Bye.